Okay, everyone, so let's do the technical analysis and market wrap up for the 5th of July, 2023. I hope everyone had an absolutely fantastic Yankee Day for all of those who celebrate it south of the border. No one blew their hands off or anything like that. I didn't do this on Monday, basically because a half day on Monday. Tuesday was closed. I figured Monday would be a little bit of a do-nothing day, and it turns out that was the case. So should be a fairly quick one today. As always, if you're interested in getting this, all of the screenshots of charts you're going to see me go through, and then a bunch that you won't see me go through just for brevity of time, into your email inbox for free. Go to statsedgetrading.com, sign up there. Also, save yourself 15% off trade ideas with StatsEdge. On checkout, we'll save you 15%. You can also check out that on my website at statsedgetrading.com. So without further ado, let's get into it here with Bitcoin. So, right, really not much to report. I've been saying it for a while. If we can get a nice strong push over, call it 31,500, I think we're going to have some continued strength on Bitcoin. This is exactly what you kind of want to see happen on a security. You have a nice push up. That push up comes to a prior resistance area, and then you just fight. You just fight in this zone kind of all day, every day. And what it is that supply of people buying is absorbing the demand. And as long as they're not able to push it down too far, then this is all good and constructive action. That was it from the currency space. I didn't really see anything too interested. So without further ado, we'll get into trade ideas here and take a look at starting with the S&P 500. So the S&P, right, this is, put up my little arrow. Whoop, didn't want to go to that. Here. So starting with yesterday's action we are on the wrong thing. Bear with me. Here we go. There we go. So that was Monday's action, which I sat out of, and that's today's action. So you can see both days are inside this big day, just showing that not a lot going on right now. And that's kind of what is to be expected on a holiday week like this. You got to think the big bankers and all this kind of stuff. If you wanted to take some time off, if you took off Monday as a half day and then the rest of the week because there was a holiday in the middle, we're just kind of waiting here. And I think we've got some FOMC or Fed talk or something like that coming up. That might kick us out of this range, but I wouldn't be shocked if Thursday and Friday are kind of the same and we're just kind of shopping in a range. So again, to be expected, right? We're right at highs here. Wouldn't shock me to see some more sideways consolidation or a little bit of a pullback before we break. We're getting into the summer doldrums, so we just need to know that. But two charts that were interesting today. We had XLC, which is our communication stock, breaking out into new highs here. So Meta would be a part of this, Snapchat, that kind of stuff, breaking out into new highs from this zone. So with the SPY unable to break these highs from June, but XLC breaking through the highs from June, we're just seeing some relative strength there on the short-term basis. Same with XLRE, which is our real estate ETF. That was able to actually break through a little area of resistance right here, going back a long period of time, broke through and closed there. So some strength in communications and some strength in real estate, kind of both happening at the same time. So really good action that we saw there. Now into some individual names. Only trade I took today is this MTLX. This has been on the watch list. Again, I don't go over all of these stocks every day because it would be incredibly boring. But I go over anything new that I add or basically anything new that I take. But that's why I talk about if you want all of them, then you got to sign up for the email list there. Again, completely for free. The idea was simply had this big gap up, holding the anchored view up from before the gap, and then actually also holding the anchored view up if you just anchored it on this day. So some good strength. Now, if you look into the candles, right, as a candlestick analysis guy, this is big for me. This is, you zoom into the past couple of days and I look at the actual candle patterns and it shows me what's happening on a short-term basis. You can see every time it gets under 50 bucks, there's some kind of buyer. And the same thing happened today. So 50 bucks and up. So that, right, it bled through 4 or 5 times so far this week. Bled through again yesterday, kind of closed higher. So I picked some up here. Close under $50 is time to go. So, right, my my risk is from here to here, right? So little tiny risk. So if I can get any push at all, then I can definitely make this a good risk reward play. I didn't add too much to the list today. I added 4 new names. So one is X or VEEV, kind of hard to say. Something with information, but basically, again, these are all from scans from Trade Ideas. Go to Stats Edge for more information on that discount code. But we have this anchored view app product that we built with Brian Shannon, and I just more and more and more of my plays, you'll see them if you look at the screenshots, are just being these anchored view app plays, and it's just, it makes sense. Like, I can't remember if I took this one before, but I definitely watched this. I saw this happen in real time, where you have the anchored view app from before the gap, which is a scan that we have that just shows you these all the time. Settled in there, pushed up higher. I want to say I had some in this rally. I don't know, to be honest. I'd have to go back and look. But it came back down, hit that anchored view app again, and then a nice strong engulfing candle today. So if we can get over 200 tomorrow on this one, or over the next few days, that's what I'm interested on this one. IMTX. So IMTX from way back here, this anchored view app, again, this massive, massive volume that came in here. You can see the support that found for a very long time. Big push up, came back down, held this kind of zone right here. So if this can kind of get back through that 12 area, that's what I'm looking for. And then EWCZ. And EWCZ is one that I'm playing with. This is kind of a style that I'm playing with a little bit more, where I'm actually just saying, okay, if these things are going to bounce off these lows like this, they have to hold the anchored view app from these swing lows. So I'm playing with this a little bit more. I think WMG will be a better example, but just a nice bull flag on this one. And then we have WMG. So this is my idea. You'll see me kind of, if you watch my trading, when I have a new idea for a new style like this, you'll see a couple trades. To be honest, personally, I'm taking these trades much smaller because I just want to watch them and see how they work and see how they feel. But then you'll see more and more of them come in as they work. Again, for the people who were here when I just started doing this for free for everybody, you can go on my YouTube channel, or you can just go to the blog section of my website and you can see all of these. They're all archived. I had a little bit of this anchored view app from before the gap, and then it's been more and more and more and more because they've just been working so well. And same with this WMG kind of style. The idea is, if I want to do a little bit of bottom fishing, I don't want to just buy as something's tanking like that. I just don't want to do that. I don't want to buy on the way down. I want to buy as things are tanking. What I want to do is I want to let it bounce and then pull back, which is a play that I've done for years. And I always just called it the higher low play, right? So you wait for a higher low to occur to then get that change in trend. And that just kind of completes that shoulder of what's kind of a head and shoulders type pattern to kind of tag a reversal. But the anchored view app is where I came in and said, well, if it bounces from here, how do I determine a higher low and try to get in at a good price? And if it pulls back to the anchored view app from this all-time swing low, not all-time low, you can see we pushed a little bit lower back here in the picture-in-picture chart, but a major event. I don't want to cherry pick these lows. I want them to be kind of very climactic lows. If it bounces from there and then pulls the anchored VWAP and holds it from that point, that can show me that an institution's kind of leaning on that level in order to buy up shares of this WMG, this Warner Music Group, if they think it may be undervalued. So the fact that we tagged below that today and then rallied and closed right above it makes me think if we can get a bounce off here, then, again, so my risk would be something like this, a little tiny risk. If it ever kind of climbs and tries to retest these lows right here, that ends up being, probably a 3-to-1 risk reward. And then sometimes, maybe you'll snag the bottom and this thing will just kind of turn into an uptrend for a period of time that you can ride. But that's the idea. Again, I'll continue to trade them if they don't work at all. If I find that they're failing too much and the stats aren't working on them, then I'll move away. That's why I call it stats edge trading. I always come up with ideas and then I track them to make sure that the actual statistics make sense. So that is it for today. Again, if you got a little vacation time coming, you're getting a little tired looking at the market, I think it might be a good week to rest, recharge, and come back next week. But we'll see. Who knows? Some news could hit or something, and things could get wild. Anyway, I will talk to you guys tomorrow.